Hey guys, in today's video I would like to talk about the next operation. I have been seeing some comments of people who have never played the game during an operation, and also a lot of people who seem to not truly know how profitable the next operation can be for you if you do things right. So in this video I will tell you all the ways you can make money from the next operation and exactly how to do them best. Before we talk about the ways to profit from the next operation, I quickly want to go over what a new operation means for the game, because a lot of people seem to not know this. The last operation Valve did was Operation Riptide, and this will be what I am basing my predictions on, since this is the most recent one, most likely to be copied from. To participate in the operation you will have to buy at least the operation pass, which will allow you to get stars and buy items. If you don't have the pass but you do have Prime, you will be able to see/play all the operation missions and unlock the stars, but you won't be able to get the stars to spend in the shop until you buy the operation pass. If you don't have Prime, you can't do the missions or receive stars until you buy the pass. However, Prime is not necessary in order to do the operation, purely the operation pass is enough. The operation will have missions to complete every week, with 16 weeks in total. The missions will have you get certain kills in all game modes and certain other tasks as well. And maybe some new game modes too. They do like releasing new game modes with the new operation. There might also be some co-op missions if we get lucky, but that is just anyone's guess, since they did do it with Operation Broken Fang and they didn't do it with Operation Riptide. From all these missions you will receive a total of 101 stars if you finish all of the appropriate missions. You can spend these stars in the operation shop to get items, like the operation case or operation stickers, patches, or an item out of one of the several operation collections. Last operation there were 4 operation collections, of which 3 were randomized like a case, where you buy the collection and you get a random item in a random quality, most likely a grey. And there was one collection where you could choose either a blue, purple, pink or red grade, and you would get a random item from that collection and from that quality. If they're going to do that again is up to anyone's guess, but I think we will at least see one of each again, if not the same as last time. What they seem to be doing is releasing a new knife/finish combo or set of new gloves with the new operation every year. For example, with Shattered Web we got the new Shattered Web knives in the OG finishes. With Operation Broken Fang we got the new Broken Fang gloves, and with Operation Riptide we got the Spectrum knives in Gamma finishes. It seems like they like releasing new knives or gloves with operations. And then they can release those same popular finishes on cheaper cases later that get dropped in game when the hype has worn down a bit. And the pattern is pretty easy to spot too. Operation Hydra had gloves, Shattered Web had knives, Broken Fang had gloves, and Riptide had knives. So I think we are going to get new gloves in the new operation case, and there will be some great options for that already made. With that being said, let's now talk about the ways to make money with the next operation. The first way to profit from the operation is quite obvious, and it is just to buy the pass and do all the missions. There will be a lot of videos about what items to buy for the highest amount of profit, but the good option is always the new operation case. You can buy one for 2 stars, meaning you can buy 50 cases max with 1 star left over to buy a sticker or whatnot. Now the price for an operation pass used to be $12.75 in the last operation, although they might increase the price a bit to combat the recent inflation in the world. Last time around the case slowly decreased in price over the duration of the operation, with it starting over a bit of €1 on Steam and it ending up at around 50 cents during its lowest dip. If you were to get all the cases during the lowest dip you would still get around €25 before taxes, and if you just get all the cases you can every week it is more like €40 before taxes. Either way you make a lot of profit simply from doing the operation. And remember, you can do this on multiple accounts, meaning you could have 5 or 10 accounts with the pass. And just buy the cases on each week, until you get the $12.75 back on Steam, after which you can send the rest back to your main or do whatever you want. Also, it is good to notice the prices of the past operation cases. For example, Riptide cases are currently €1.83 on Steam, which means if you had kept the operation cases after the operation, you would have now €189 before taxes on Steam, which is just insane. Also, to buy the pass you don't actually have to pay $12.75. You can actually get a good discount on this by buying items outside of Steam. There are a lot of good cash buying and selling sites out there, and I won't name any since this video isn't sponsored, but if you buy items there and sell them on Steam, you could buy one item for like 10.5 euros and sell it for 14.7 on Steam. With the fees taken away, that would give you 12.75 euro on Steam, which means you get even more profit. This would, however, take some preparation, which means not only realizing the operation has come when it is already there, since you would need to transfer the items to the accounts. Either way, let's say you have some time and you would like to make some money playing a game you like, this is the best and easiest way to make profit with the operation. Let's say you do this technique on 5 accounts, how much money would you make? Well, you would need 52.5 euros cash to get the skins necessary to get the balance, and it would end up getting you about 200 euros on Steam before tax, which is about 174 euros after taxes. That means you make 121.5 euros of Steam balance profit by doing this, which can get you a nice knife. That is 231% profit, which is really good. It does mean you spend quite some time playing CSGO during the next operation, but does that actually change anything for you? The second way you can make money from the operation is the dip that occurs during the operation in most items. Since people want to buy the pass or stars at the beginning of the next operation, they often sell a lot of their play skins or other items they just have lying around, which dips a lot of the items on Steam market quite a bit, but only temporarily. For example, if you have an AK red line, you could sell it just before the next operation starts and buy it again a week later for about 20% cheaper. This goes for almost any item, so it is a good tactic if you know when the next operation will be, but that is quite hard to do, although we do know that Valve are going to release a new operation somewhere in the next half a year at least, but when exactly is anybody's guess. In one of my latest videos I speculated that it would be somewhere soon, which would make sense since it would get more attention for both the major and the operation, although Valve can and will do whatever they want. Remember this. The third and final way to make money from the next operation is a bit more technical, but not too hard to pull off. When a lot of new items get released, like is the case with the new operation, that means a lot of new trade-ups are now possible. With a lot more people doing trade-ups, the filler items you need to do those trade-up contracts will be a lot more demanded, and with roughly the same supply through the in-game drops. More demand and the same supply means a higher price, and that is where you can start to make profit. For example, some good options are the light blues from the train collection, like the Mag 7 metallic DD pad, since that has only factory new and a bit of minimal wear, which makes it easiest for trade-ups. If you want some more expensive items, the blues from the train collection would also work, like the Desert Eagle, or some blues from the bank collection, like the Desert Eagle Meteorite. And for an even more expensive option, the AK Pinstripe from the bank collection is a great option too. If you want to get some other options, you can look at this website, which shows you what trade-up fillers are best for each tier. It will be in the description. You have to realize the higher tiers will be used less, since they are used for trading up more expensive items, so they will be used less often than the light blues or blues, although there are also a lot less of them around. Let's look at some price trends now. For example, this is the price trend for the Mag 7 metallic DD pad. As you can see, with the release of Operation Broken Fang, the price went from 10 cents to 24 cents at its peak, which is just insane. Now during the Operation Riptide, the Mag 7 DD pad only went up a bit, due to the price manipulation from the summer hype that had just happened before, but we aren't having another summer hype this year as it looks right now. That will probably happen after the operation unless Valve don't do an operation until next year. That means we do expect an increase in price this time again, like with Broken Fang. Now for the Desert Eagle Meteorite, we do have the proper graph. With Operation Broken Fang, the item went from 0.66 euro before the operation to 1.71 euro at the peak. Do mind that the peak won't occur at the end of the operation, it will rather occur when the most hype is generated for the major and the most amount of people are therefore doing trade-ups for the new items. With Operation Broken Fang, it happened 3 months after the release, since then was when a lot of people got interested in the operation due to the extension of the operation's dates. For the Riptide operation, the peak was reached a lot faster, in exactly 2 weeks to be precise. If I had to say what will happen this time, I would say the latter is far more likely than the former, due to the fact that the market is a lot more aware of these effects now due to more videos on it and just more professional investors and people doing trade-ups. It went from 1.4 to 2.4 euros in those 2 weeks, which is insane, but less than the first time. this is due to the more people knowing about this trick, so I do expect overall maybe a bit less return on investment using this method this time as well. But there's still a lot of money to be made nonetheless. The last item I mentioned was the AK-47 pinstripe, and this price trend is a bit different than the others since it is used more as well when an operation is not going on. Since it trades up higher tier pinks, it gets used a lot when an operation isn't around as well as when it isn't. That means there is still an increase in price when the operation happens, but it means it basically doesn't go down again as much since there is just a lot of supply bought up and not a lot of new supply created immediately afterwards by people playing the game. It basically just raises the price ceiling by a lot. This means less profit overall, but more safe as well. With Operation Broken Fang, it went from 2.25 euro before the operation to 4.36 2 weeks after, but after the initial spike the price kept going up for another 5 weeks, going up to 5.34, after which it didn't go back down at all, even going up further after the operation. With Operation Riptide, the price went up from 3.76 euro to 7.52 euro, which is a 2 times increase in about 2 weeks. So far it seems like 2 weeks is going to be the ideal time to sell for the next operation as well. Now if you believe that an operation is imminent soon, it is obviously a good bet to buy them now, although Valve could just wait a couple months, and in that case there might be a lot of other options that are a lot better for you. Although we might just be on a high spot and items that don't go down as much as other items might just be a good option right now. I wouldn't go all in on this, since if everyone buys these items now and plans to sell them then, that will cause too much supply then, which means less to no profit at all for anyone. In general, I think this is quite a safe way to make some money. Buy them now and just sell them 2 weeks after the initial release of the next operation to make some safe cash. Since operations are generally a low period, you could nicely transfer the money into good long-term items then, or cases, and then just wait to see those items go insane over the winter as CSGO explodes with many new players because of the major, because of the operation, and maybe because of Source 2, please? Overall, an operation is a very good time to be in the CSGO market, since there is a lot of possibility for profit. If you want to do the operation but you didn't yet have a good reason to spend 12.75 on it, now you do, since you can easily double that money by simply getting the cases every week. Maybe instead of buying that 10.5 euro game now, buy skins on a third-party site that would be able to be sold on Steam now for 12.75 euro balance, then do the operation and then buy the game in the next sale for 7 euros, and you still have at least 17 euros left on Steam after that, which you could use to invest until the next operation where you could do the same thing again. The point is, there are still possibilities on the CSGO market in 2022 to make some good amounts of profit to start investing from very little, and the operation is a very good option to do so. I myself definitely know for sure I will be doing the next operation, have lots of fun and also make some money doing it. It's actually weird that an operation is a way for Valve to make a lot of money and you to make a lot of money as well. Where does the money come from? Well, it's from investors mainly, but yeah. That is it from me for now. If you want to know why I think a new operation will be happening in CSGO in the next little while, check out this video. If you instead want to know why I think Valve have to care about CSGO investors, check out this video instead. If you want to be the first to know about new videos or my thoughts on any other things, follow me on Twitter. If you're still watching, you're truly awesome. Thank you. Goodbye.